My name is Mr. J. Makunde. I'm an University Registrar for Lupane State University. We have come to attend this workshop on doctoral training. We are trying to come up with a framework for doctoral training for all universities in Zimbabwe. So we are being inducted and trying to come up with this document, policy document on doctoral training. And it will benefit all universities in terms of how to run doctoral training at institutional level. Yesterday we did some presentations on different domains on doctoral training, and today we are reporting back to the workshop on what had been recommended by the various domains to incorporate so that we perfect our policy document. This is a very good workshop and is a very good initiative on the part of the organizers of this workshop, because we didn't have a doctoral training policy or framework. So this is a good starting point for all universities in Zimbabwe.
My name is Yogi Naik. I'm from the National University of Science and Technology in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, and I'm the Pro-Vice Chancellor for Research and Academic Affairs. Over the years, I've supervised a few PhD students myself, and that was in the old model of what is called Education 3.0. Education 3.0 is about teaching, research, and university service. And with the new thrust of the government or the ministry, with Education 5, things have to be done differently. So in this context, what you need to do is to look at doctoral training not in the traditional form of doing research and publishing a thesis or publishing papers. What you need to look at is also how to commercialize and recognize not only publications of an academic nature, but products and innovations that contribute to income generation and industrialization. So this workshop has been different for me in that it's deviating for the good reason of trying to incorporate industrialization, commercialization into doctoral training, which has previously been neglected. I think it's been useful for me to take back home when the document is produced that the group will be working on based on the recommendations from this workshop. The document that is produced, I look forward to implementing it back home at my university.
My name is Dr. Evaristus Ekweme. I am the Pro-Vice Chancellor for Academics at Arupe Jesuit University. We have gathered here since yesterday to put together the doctoral framework for university studies, doctoral studies here in Zimbabwe. We have learned quite a lot from other universities. Arupe Jesuit University just started a new program on Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy, and we have already admitted about 15 students in this doctoral program. So this was a very good opportunity to learn from other universities and to also join our hands in forming this framework for all the universities on doctoral studies. We have learned so far about supervision, about admission process, about funding, which is very important, about assessment, and the completion of dissertations as well. So it's been a wonderful time. We are really very grateful to be called together, to work together to produce this document. And we are very grateful to the organizers, to those who put this together. We are really indeed very grateful. Thank you very much.
My name is Professor Evelyn Garwe. I have been coordinating the project to develop a framework for doctoral training in Zimbabwe. The project was commissioned by the Zimbabwe Council for Higher Education, ZIMCHE, in a quest to improve quality of the doctorates that are produced in Zimbabwe, as well as aligning them to Education 5.0, with the hope that when creative and innovative doctoral graduates are produced, these will drive the agenda towards the Vision 2030 for our nation. So this workshop was part of the process for coming up with this particular framework. Pro-Vice Chancellors, registrars, and other experts that deal with doctoral training from all the 21 universities in Zimbabwe were represented here, of which 11 of the universities are actually offering doctoral training currently. So the project or this workshop was very successful. It was a 2-day workshop where they were then finalizing the design of that particular framework. So we are at a point that we are almost ready to present the project to ZIMCHE for further discussion and then onward transmission to the ministry. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Professor Florence Mtambanengwe. I'm the Acting Pro-Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, as well as the Executive Director, Research and Innovation at the University of Zimbabwe. I'm here to participate in this doctoral training, crafting of this doctoral training framework. I think it is really long overdue because Zimbabwe, being one of the countries with the most learned population, has been ending up producing some half-baked doctors, if I may call it that. This is because of the many variations and regulations, guidelines and processes which were happening in the different institutions within our country. So if we standardize the process, I'm sure when one is said to be having attained a PhD in Zimbabwe, it will mean a real PhD, doesn't matter which institution it comes from. So I think I would like to really acknowledge ZIMCHE, the University of Nottingham, and of course the University of Zimbabwe for really facilitating this process. To Professors Juliet Tontana and Professor Garwe, thank you very much. We really welcome this. I have supervised many PhD candidates, and I think what was coming out is really, something which this framework will really address, especially the issues of funding, the issues of supervision and mentorship processes, all the topics which are addressed, the 9 categories which emerged and which the teams were concentrating on, are really something which will push this nation forward towards our Vision 2030.
My name is Juliet, Professor Juliet Tontana. I'm from the University of Nottingham. The University of Nottingham is a long-term partner with the Zimbabwe Council for Higher Education, working together on projects that are meant to support the higher education in Zimbabwe. And for this project, we came together with our partner, the University of Nottingham, so the University of Zimbabwe, to work on a doctoral training framework in order to strengthen the capacity of higher education in Zimbabwe to train doctoral students. As the University of Nottingham, we are very happy to have been part of this process. We have contributed, participated in supporting in terms of funding, also supporting in terms of research, and as always, we are very happy to have worked with ZIMCHE and the Zimbabwe Higher Education Universities. Thank you very much.
I'm Professor Ivan Diti Mpofu, PVC from Chino University of Technology. I was here as the chairperson of the task force, given the task to come up with, to coordinate information gathering so that we can develop a doctoral training framework, which ZIMCHE will implement. It has been an amazing experience having all the universities in this country in one room, the registrars, the PVCs, some directors, and they all spoke with one voice and contributed to the building of the framework. We are now going to finalize the framework and produce a draft that we will pass on to Zimche so that it can implement it in the sphere of doctoral training in this country. The main purpose is basically to harmonize doctoral training and also to standardize and benchmark with international best practice. It has also given us an opportunity to mainstream aspects that deals with Education 5.0, which is a doctrine that emphasizes the production of goods and services. Research in this country must actually produce goods and services which can be massified and initiate the creation or the development of new industries. Thank you very much.
My name is Herbert Njonga. I'm the registrar for the Harare Institute of Technology. I'm part of the committee that has been working on the review of doctoral studies in Zimbabwe. So basically, coming to this workshop, it's a culmination of an inquiry that has been done by Zimche into looking at how we can benchmark our doctoral studies to align with the national objectives for Zimbabwe. So basically, with Education 5.0, one of the key things that has been noted is that countries that have got a critical mass of doctoral qualification holders have been seen to develop faster. So in order for us to really make sure that we build that critical mass, it was then thought that we needed to look at how we can improve and increase our capabilities as a country in terms of our doctoral studies. So I've been involved in this process from inception in terms of information gathering, and interesting enough, I've participated from both a private and a state university perspective. I was once with Africa University. Then coming to this workshop, we were really looking at the issues around assessment, of how doctoral studies are supposed to be assessed, and going forward, we believe that once we really finalize this framework, it will help in making sure that Zimbabwe is poised for growth. So I will be participating further, and I'm humbled to be part of the editorial team that will consolidate the outcome of the process that we have done through this workshop today. So I'm truly grateful to Zimche, to the conveners of this workshop, that is Dr. Garwe and Professor Totlana, for their sterling work. Thank you.